Good morning and welcome to Manic Fishing. So I've just turned up at this wreck. My friend from the other club's here, so we'll let him do a few drifts, and I want to just drift over it a couple of times so I know exactly where I'm going to be drifting before I chuck the anchor in. Now if all else fails, I've got my wrecking anchor so I can bomb this in the middle of the wreck, but I think we'll be all right. What I'm doing is, my mate is he's going off to do a bit of reef fishing. We're drifting pretty textbook here, so I'm pretty confident I can put the anchor in without having to go down with the wrecking. I'll just show you some of the baits while I'm waiting. This is a perfect size, sort of about the size of my hand. So I'm going to get this, going to use 2 cuttles, going to use 2 rods to start with. It's going to give me more bait scent there. So yeah, we're drifting pretty good. I'm pretty confident I can just chuck that pick in and we'll get where we want to be. So I'm going to move around and risk it straight away and get the anchor down. Right, so that was my second attempt. First time didn't come out that great, but it's always a way. So hopefully we'll swing round now. I'll just see if I can show you where we are, if you can see that. We're a little bit closer in the wreck than what I'd want to be, but I might just be able to nudge myself forward a bit. But you've got to be in it to win it, but I think this will be okay here. I mean, we literally are right in that wreck, so I'll have to be quick when I'm pulling them out. So I don't know if you can see the buoy. There's my buoy. And yeah, we're good. We are good there. I mean, I could nudge myself forward, but as you can see there, it's quite flat, that wreckage. So let's have a go. Let's have a go and see what it's all about. So what I'm doing, oops, I'm going to go down with 2 cuttle. And what I'm going to do is, I'm going to find my hooks in a minute. An old conger fisherman from my fishing club, Mick Luck, he told me that when they used to fish for congers, they used to put a little trace and a bit of bait on to attract a pouting. So on these leads that I got from Sea Weights, they've got another swivel on here, so I'm going to tie a little trace on there with a little hook and just put a bit of cuttle on, and going to try and attract a pouting. So let's just get down, let's just get amongst it, eh? So I've got pound leads on, but I mean, I don't need these, nowhere near, but it's just nice to pin it to the bottom. So I'm going to have to be quick to get these out. Hopefully the old congers will play. Right, I'm on the bottom there. So I'm going to set it to sunset so I can pull them straight out of the wreck. I hope I'm not being foolhardy putting it in there, but I don't want it to knock my camera over. Down again, same thing, 2 baits. All right, we'll get this jigging rod out of the way. So you can see that just banging on that wreck now. Hopefully the conger will play. I've got loads of bait today, so I'm gonna do a bit of ground baiting. Let's make sure that's in there. Right, so what I'm going to do while these 2 are out, when I reel in, I've just got a really tiny, don't know if you can see that, really tiny little hook on there and a couple of little tentacles, and it's just on a bit of fluorocarbon. So when I bring one of these rods in, I'm going to tie that round that lead and then hopefully get a pout in it. It'd be interesting to know, I mean, the theory of it, you know, a little pouting on there fluttering away. I mean, obviously I don't want the conger to take that, but I think it'll attract it. But I think once they start to get a scent trail down there, we'll hopefully we might have a couple. I'm just starting to get a couple of taps on this one here, and obviously I'm aware that this is in the wreck, this. So I'm going to be on it quite quick. Just give it a little As I said, the old conger bite is so subtle, just a couple of little taps. I think once they start to feed, they will feed. As hopefully I don't get a double hook up, because that would be a nightmare. That rod's starting to go a little bit as well. I don't want to get a double hook up. As I said, it's really fishing 2 rods. You know, really you only want to fish 1 rod, but I just want the 2 centrals down there to try and get them on the feed. If I do start to hit into a couple, then I'll just have 1 rod out. But it looks like I'm getting as I said, the old conger bite is just a real subtle tip, tip, tip thing. Right, I'm going to hold it. Just get ready so I can feel it. Oh, I don't know if it's got in the wreck. No. I think yeah, he's up. He's on. Yeah, he's on. Not a monster, but he might start to fight in a minute. We're on the leader. So you should see him in a minute. There you go. Come in, Skip. Come in. Get in. Right, let's try and get my glove on. Always nice to get the first one. He's not too bad. Right. Nicely hooked, which is what we want. Come out, Skip. Get out. Get out. There you go. So, first one. Nice. Right, nicely hooked. So let's try and get him off nicely. I'll hold him with these grips. Right, there you go. Nice. First one. So there you go, first one. So what I'm going to do what this old sea dog told me. I'm going to put this little trace on here, just to see if I can attract a pout. As I said, I don't think I'm going to worry too much. So look, that's, oops. Right, so look, it's just tied on there like that. So let's get another cuttle on. So literally just through it like that. And then what I'll do is I'll just stab his eyes, get that scent in, slash him up a bit, get all that old juice flowing. And then back down. Right. Thought there was a little tap on that one. Oh, it's nice to get one in, isn't it? So I think I've got one on there. So let's just put this down and we'll have a look. Right, that's down. Get it on sunset. So it's ready. Let's have a look at this one. I think that one's in the wreck. Oh dear, oh, don't want to go backwards again. So, perhaps that tied me round there, or it might have just wrapped round the wreck with the line. So I'm not sure whether to put this one back out. I think what I'll do is I'll bait it up, tie another leader on, I'll bait it up, and then just fish with the 1 rod at a time, I think, because it's going to be the safer. See, I'm off again here straight away. As I said, once they start feeding, it's pretty fast and furious. Now, let's see if I can Let's see if I can tie this leader on here while I'm waiting for that. I don't think I'm going to have time. Trouble when you're fishing, I wanted to be, I'll be honest, a little bit further away from this wreck than what I am. I don't like fishing in them. No, I think that's okay for a minute. Just leave that there for now. See if I can tie this on while I'm messing about. This is a knot I've sort of been using, sort of get your 100-pound leader, make a loop, go in through that loop, pull it up, and then you've got to try and hold that, and then wrap round back down that loop about 10 times. I'm not making this look easy, am I? It is an easy one though. 8, 9, 10. Then what I do is where that come out, I go round that line 3 times. Sorry, I can't really show you it great here. I don't know if you can see that. So that loop's pulling up on that, like that tight. Can you see that knot? Like that. And then I trim this one quite tight, this leader one. And all you have this rubbing leader for is just so it doesn't catch in that wreck. And then I don't really have to trim this one. That it doesn't matter about this braid one because it goes through. But make sure it's pulled tight. That's super tight. Right, let's wind a bit of this on. So all I do is I go round that reel a couple of times, cut that off. I had a boom here. Booming. Always use one of these. So I've got all my bits and pieces in it ready. So I've got my beads and my put my bead on, and then my strong snap swivel. Yep, that's on. I think that's on. Let's quickly tie this. Right, so let's have a look at this one. No, I don't think so. But it'd be interesting to see if I got a power in on there, wouldn't it? Would you believe that? Look. So look, that did work, didn't it? The old guy was right. I did get a pattern on it. So I'm gonna keep him because I'm gonna use him as bait. So let's see what works better. So I got that pouting off of that little trace I put on that conger rig. So in theory, congers, you know, that's one of their main baits, but cuttle is as well. So I've got cuttle down on that, and I've got the pouting on that, and let's just see what progresses. If I think I'm going to start to catch a few more on the pouting, then perhaps I'll fire a little rig down or do the same as I did before with that. But traps are set, fingers crossed. Now generally I find, normally when I sort of go congering, I'll do a little bit of wrecking and then I'll come here about 2 hours before slack. Yeah, at Harbour's 1 is when it's going to be low water. So I'm fishing the ebb tide, so probably in about an hour and a half, 2 hours is when it's going to be better. But if I can get them on the feed to start with, as I said, I'm cutting some bits of cuttle up, chucking them in, trying to get them on the feed. I have got a ground bait thing under there, but I can't be arsed really to drop it down. Last time I used it, I dropped the last one in, but I've got loads and loads of cuttle, so I'm going to just keep feeding the area. We got pouting down on that one and we got the cuttle on this one, so fingers crossed, let's hope so. Now what I've done now, I kept getting swung off that wreck, so I've tied my wrecking anchor on and I'm going to bomb it in this wreck. So I'll have to be on my game to get the eels out, but hopefully we'll be on the money. Right, okay, I've put us in. We're just swinging round now, and let me just see if I can show you this. You see that cursor there? So we're right in that wreck. So I'm going to have to be on my game to get these eels out, but it is what it is. Got to be in it to win it. Okay, right, let's get down. So I tilted my engine up so that my anchor rope didn't get caught in it. So I'll put it down now, and then I can move it slightly to keep us on, in case it's not much wind, but it just tilts you in and out slightly. Right, so let's get these down. So we've got to be on our game here because we're right in this wreck. Now we don't need to draw them out now. We're in the lion's den. We just need to get them out. I don't like fishing in the wreck, I'll be honest, but needs a must. So that's just slightly bouncing. So we ain't going to get no better than that. We're bang on the money. So let's just got to be quick, and if it gets too hectic, then I'll just take one of the rods out and just fish one. So we're down with pouting and a little strip of cuttle on there, and we're down with cuttlefish on this one. Fingers crossed, we're in the money spot. So straight away I'm getting a bite on this one. I'm going to be aware of this because I don't want to get these caught. You've got to be quick and get it out of that wreck as quick as possible. So I might lose a few this way, but at least I'm not going to, you know, by striking too early, but at least I'm not going to get them tangled in the wreck. So you can feel them nibbling, you know. Let's put that down a minute. Let it do its thing. They're very lazy conger eels. You know, as I said, I normally only fish for them sort of slack water, and then they start to come out just about an hour before slack, and when the tide eases they start to come out and have a roam around. So now we're in the wreck, we should get them, because they literally will just they'll just come out their little holes. So that one is banging a little bit. Just need to get it, once I hit it, I need to get it up out that wreck fast. Once it's in open water, it's happy days, you know. I think he's just nibbling. He's not taking it yet. As it goes, this structure here doesn't seem too jaggedy, but it's a job to see really what it is like from the sounder. So I'm going to get ready. So I don't want to strike too early and then rip it out its mouth, but I don't want to strike too late and it's got old and then it's got its tail wrapped round. Let's just give it this little dog a bone affair and just lift it slightly. Oh, no, I think I just ripped it out its mouth, so let's just drop that down again. It's quite a hard bait, that pattern. You don't scare them. They don't scare easy just by ripping that out of its mouth. It don't care about that. That'll come straight back on and feed on that. There you go. Nibbling again. So I'll leave it this time. We're getting an inquiry on that one as well now. Double hookups, Manic Fishing. Right, here we go. This back rod's got a better knock on it now. So let's get my gloves on ready. And that one's on the cuttlefish. Right, so I'm just tying a trace on and I've got a bite on this one. I've just put a fresh bait down. So I think I want to be on this. I think he's on. Let's try and get him up. Yeah, we got him up. Yeah, he's swimming up now. It's just getting him out of that wreck. This was a nice little fresh bait. Oh, where's my gloves? Come out, Skip. Once they're in knackered. Once they're in open water, you can have a play, you know, because they're not any threat then. Come out, Skip. Come out, Skip. Come out. Right, let's see if I can get my gloves on. Nice, nicely hooked. Right, come on, out of the way. Thrashing about. Come out, Skip. Come out, Skip. Skip, come on, get out. Out, Skip. Skip, out. Come, get out. Right, here we go. Nice one. So do the same again. Skip, can you get out? Once you got him with the boga grips as such, you can try and get that hook out. That's it. Right, come out the way. That's it. So there you go. Not massive, but good fun. Perhaps they're feeding now because there's one on there. Let me just get this down quick. I think there's one on there. I didn't realise when I put it down. Right, let's have a look here now. Come on up. You just got to get him up out that wreck. That's it. Now he's up. Now, see, you can play now. Ain't too bad. This feels a bit better. Oh. Yeah, I mean, if they're coming on the feed now, perhaps it's best just to drop down to one rod. See, he's swimming up this time. Excuse the heavy breathing. Here he comes. Yeah, that's a better one. Doing the death roll. There you go. Now, let's hook him. Let's try and get this. Unhook the trace first so he doesn't spin everywhere. Come out, Skip. So powerful. Even the small ones, you know, these are only babies really, but good fun. So let's get this rod out of the way. Right, now let's try and get it out, but there you go. That's a better one. Now I'm just making a couple of traces up. I've just put that one down. This is what I explained in that previous video. You can literally just do a loop on it, blood loop on it, go around it twice, you know, go through it twice and just make a blood loop. Just saves your swivels really. I'm just doing this quite quick. Now this other bait I've got, mate, smells a bit funky, but the eels don't care. So we'll just give it a try. That's got the funky one on, so it's working. I'll just get this one baited up and it's ready. So that's got a little baby cuttle on there, just like that. Dear little thing I found. We're all right, we're holding lovely with that wrecking anchor. I'll show you when I get it out. Hopefully if I get it out, I'll show you how you know, how they work, and hopefully it'll bend out. Well, I'm pretty sure it will bend out, but you don't have a chain on that because the chain will wrap around the wreck. You just literally sort of go about 50, 100 foot further than the wreck, chuck it down, because obviously you've not got the weight of the chain to get it down that quick, but by the time it gets down and drags through the sand, and then it will catch in the wreckage, and then you're here. And I mean literally I'm smack in the middle of this wreck. So come on, are you going to do it? Now we put the camera on. So I'm sold on cuttlefish. I absolutely love it. I know different parts of the country they like mackerel, you know, and sometimes pouting seems to work, but I mean I've still got that pout in there, but I've put that down a couple of times and nothing really. Manky old cuttlefish they love. Right, I'll put you back on when we're on the money. Now I've got one on here, but he don't want to come out at the minute. Hopefully I can get him up. I don't want to snap my rod again. I'm just going to leave a bit of tension on him, and hopefully he'll lift out. So what he might have done is, he might have got himself wrapped round, right round some structure, or he's got his tail wrapped round there. And what I'm hoping he'll do is swim out. And once I see that tapping, I'll try and wind him quick. I should have been on that one a bit quicker, but it is what it is. So let's check this one. Make sure this one's not wrapped up. This one's on. I got you, you bugger. Come on up. Come on up. Ah, yes. I got him out that time. You've got to be quick. He's swimming up now. He's swimming up. Here he goes. Nice. Got him out of the water. Little bugger. There he comes. Better one. Here's a dark one. All right. There you go. That's a bigger one. Come out, Skip. You know me, I just really want to just get one more. It's always that one more fish. So I'm hoping, stay tuned, one more coming. So it all went a bit quiet, so I've just got the anchor out. As you can see, it's not really bent out that much, but basically that's obviously where it was gripped and it bends out, so that's the idea of it. At least we got it back. Oh, knackered. Give me a minute. Well, thank you very much for watching Manic Fishing. At the end of the video you'll see a prompt for another video. Watch that one, that'll nearly be as good as this one, and then you'll see my Manic Fishing logo. Hit that logo please, that's my subscribe button. If you could please subscribe to the channel, hit the bell, gives you notifications. Thanks very much for watching, have a wonderful day.